Hello, everybody. I'm Type 1 Dragon, and welcome back to Crusader Kings 3 Tours and Tournaments, the Crown of Sweden, or the Swedish Crown. And I just got back from a week-long vacation to the beach with my girlfriend and her family, and I had an amazing time. It was the first time going to the beach to actually remember going to the beach, and just had an amazing time. And I'm glad to get back to recording, glad to get back to play Crusader Kings 3, and later on this week back to playing Skyrim and just uploading back to the channel for you all to enjoy. And to, as I mentioned in a post a while ago, I've been working on a project of mine, creating an actual story where the main POV culture is that of a Nordic-inspired heritage. But before I get too deep into this video, I did promise you all that I would be back with two historical facts about Sweden. One at the beginning and one at the end. And for the first fact, we have Sweden's Age of Liberty. So, Sweden entered the Age of Alignment, the Age of Liberty, roughly around 1770s. And in 1766, they established a new law that would lay the groundwork towards liberty of political opinion, laying the work for more liberal laws to come, and that law being the freedom of the press. Once again, if you remember from the last historical fact that I talked about, this happened around the same time that I, as an American in my history, we were seeking our own freedom of the press. So Sweden issuing laws for the same principles around this time, a coincidence to be sure. In 1771, King Gustav III inherited the throne of Sweden. And a year later, led a coup against himself. Remember that from last time as well. With the help from the French. It is currently ruled by King Armenier of Capri. I am so sorry to anyone who speaks French in any way, shape, or form for that butchery. You have my sincere apologies. But yeah, the French helped King Gustav III lead a coup for himself. Now, you might be wondering, why did he do that? I'm getting to that. As for Gustav as a king in his own right, he was, for the most part, a pretty good king, passing edicts that reformed the bureaucracy, fixed currency, improved trade, and defense. In fact, the population reached around 2 million at this point for Sweden, and was prospering, despite the rise in alcoholism and social problems. Although, all wasn't good for Gustav III. In 1788, Gustav, to much of Parliament's displeasure, declared war on Russia, believing that a short war, quote-unquote, would force all opposition to his rule to accept his rule completely. There was a problem for earlier. At first, things went as you expect. The Russians kicking Swedish tail. However, the Swedish fleet did destroy the Russian fleet at the Battle of Svenskund, which would be around this area here, in 1790. A month later, a peace treaty was signed with no passing of territory. In 1792, Gustav III was assassinated by his own nobles due to him trying to give peasant farmers specifically, better benefits, leaving the throne to a young Gustav IV. And Later on in the video, we'll be turning back the clock to when Sweden, Denmark, and Norway were under one crown, one union, back to the Kalmar Union. Specifically, back to the Engelbrecht Rebellion. But for that, you'll have to stick around to the end. For now, we have our own young king, King Grim Eriksson of Sweden, who's currently 15 years old. So here in about, let's see, is currently August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. So about 7 months, he'll turn 16 and our regency with our uncle will officially end. And for the most part, looking at our vassals, only one person really hates me. That's Countess Helena of Tormundsdottir. Countess Helena Tormundsdottir of the Bergeslag, which is a county that I very much would like to have under my personal control. Otherwise, for the most part, everyone likes me. Except for my cousin, who currently has a faction to install herself on the throne of Sweden. Problem. But we'll be dealing with that. And a few other people. For now, we're going to get into some media thing. Another thing that I'm going to get done today is get more of Sangothia under my control. What would eventually become the Teutonic Order, Prussia, and modern-day Russian territory. Borders are weird. Speaking of borders, Lithuania is doing pretty good. Cumania, now Zetuzia, is looking pretty beefy, not gonna lie. 12k troops with only 39 years in the game, that's pretty good. Seljuks are doing excellent. The Byzantines are doing good as well, but they're united against Denmark. Oh, great. And we got a noble guest of a hero. I might be putting you as my new core position. Welcome. Anyway, motherly advice. My mother is a wise woman, deeply understanding of people's needs and desires. She often offers me guidance when dealing with others. I need all the advice I can get, to be honest. You gain parent aids automatically efforts. For 5 years, my mother expects to have some say in my decision, +3. Or my court is my rule, mother. And I lose 5 opinion of her. I'm pretty sure this is a regular childhood event. I know the new DLC just dropped, Wards and Wardens, along with some free content. So I haven't really had the time to explore what that offers. But I would like +3 diplomacy, which will make me pretty good. We got a intrigue focus, but we're pretty good at both the diplomacy, intrigue, and alright stewardship, but pretty good martial. So we're doing pretty well all across the board. And the Republic of Visby has switched hands to Grandmere Feast. Oh no, not bad. Oh, but I lost a good steward. Dang it. 2 powerful vassals, my cousin, and someone trying to sway. Oh, I also need to get my Archbishop to like me. Great, that's another thing. For now, I'm going to put... I really don't want to put either you in a position of power. I'm going to assign you as my current stewardship. Let's see, definitely got 2 months on you. How are the Normans doing? Or the English? Richard the Tyrant. Because I noticed that one of the cultures in my court is Norman. which Norman are doing pretty well. English is starting to spread nice. As well as the Scots. Though not so well, I imagine. Anyway, I'll be back when... I guess the troops are ready to go. And not yet. There's still a few Huscarls I need to get back in order. I'll be back when we're ready to declare war. Or something interesting happens. Oh, before I go then, we do have Queen Afhild Eriksdotter, my sister, as ruler of Pomerania due to the crusade last episode. And who's currently already facing a war against tyranny. Pretty much the whole country's against her, wow. Luckily, they do have the might of the Holy Roman Empire at her beck and call, so really, she should be able to win this war. Wonder if I could join it. You're not my ally. Naturally. But, and let's see. Not that much longer, I should be able to get another point in blood. Because I do want to reinforce good congenital traits. Although, I do not mind being the albino ruler of Sweden. That just has a natural ring to it. But I'll be back when we're ready for war. Alright, slight change of plans, maybe? Wait, date. Countess Sigurd is a lot of fun to be around. Every time I see her, my day is made better, and I wish we could play all the time. Whenever our eyes meet, my stomach fills up with butterflies. Ooh, I wonder if she would like this pony that I found. Countess Sigurd Krecker. Gain a crush on her, or I could just decide to be friends. I think just having her as a friend would be much better. Espionage murder. While performing duties as my spy master, Count Iskold has uncovered a secret held by Count Matisse of Limoges. Alright, I want to get some hooks into Poland so that way I can get my not you. So I can get my brother-in-law on the throne. So I learned of this guy's murder secrets. This woman. Alrighty then. So I'm just going to go ahead and blackmail him. 70% chance. Speaking of... 39% chance. That's not bad. If I can get just a few more hooks, that'll be good. And I have no secrets, so this is all good for me. Of course, refusal. Well, a threat is a threat. And I have come of age. That was fast. I haven't even declared a war. I don't even think I'll just... I think I'll just trim that up a little bit. But, coming of age. With the help of Iana, I have achieved an understanding of intrigue that far exceeds that of any of my peers. Ooh. Even though I had a natural inclination towards the subject, my mastery of it is still an achievement. As I take my first steps into adulthood, I find myself reminiscing about some of the people who have made an impact on the man I've become. The friendship I shared with Alfhilda meant a lot to me when we were both young, and still have her by my side means a lot. My sister. Hopefully we can negotiate an alliance, dear sister? Possibly. Possibly. But I am now King Grim officially, and I am a man. I lost the trait Charming, and I'm now officially the culture head of Swedish. Which means, down here, I can, at some point, might actually be able to do it now. Let's see. I might get rid of strong believers, because that's not that good of a trait. Let's see. Tabletop warriors might be a fun one to take. But what I am more interested in at this current time is possibly dexterous fishermen, because coastal holdings and counties of this culture provide additional defender advantage. Pretty much every holding that I have is coastal in some way. And supply limit and danger would be pretty cool to have. Equitable. Just is more common. Honest is more common. Characters of this culture are more willing to send away, take, and return hostages. That might be part of the new update. But expert artisans. Characters of this culture produce higher quality artifacts when competing an artisan inspiration. Characters of this culture produce higher quality artifacts when completing a waiver inspiration. The more important thing, building construction costs minus 5%. That's something that I really want to get. And of course, industrious building costs time minus 15%. That will help out a lot. Loyal subjects. Vassals of this culture do not consider differing faith or culture when joining factions. Vassals of this culture will often learn the language of their liege. And that might be good since I'm expanding to Sami, Finnish, Karelian, Estonian, Latvian, and Lithuanian culture. That might be very good to pick up. Our language scheme plus 50%. The loyal trait is more common. Characters of this culture are more willing to send away, take, and return hostages. Opinion of liege plus 10. Popular opinion plus 5. That might be a really good one to take. Noble adoption. Oh. Characters of this culture are able to adopt children who are not directly related to any rulers. That's pretty interesting. I'll have to look into that. Northern stories. I kind of want to get performative honor. Solely for the fact of shield maidens. So that way I can expand the knight pool. Practice pirates might be fun. Prolific hunters. I already have coastal warriors, which is honestly a whole lot better. Let's see. Noted. I kind of want to get right to prove. Sure, I lose out on knights, but knight effectiveness is, in my opinion, probably the best thing in this game when it comes to battle. I'm already at just baseline of 50% because of the court type, House of Warriors, Master of the Horse, and from my own domain. So that's something I definitely do want to get. Sure, I lose out to knights, but that would be much better. That would also improve my knights greatly. I'll definitely have to look because I really do. Also, only the strong. Knight effectiveness just plus 100%. I should probably get that. Aspiring knights have additional bonuses. Martial education also grants prowess. Plus 25% into men-at-arms cost. I can reduce that. But that 100%, that would put me at 250. whenever I go down a... Yeah, that might actually be better. Forest folk might be the play. Because we do have a bunch of taiga. And a lot of my domain is somewhat in taiga territory. Yeah, I'm gonna go for forest folk. So to get that, I just need a little bit more prestige. Shouldn't be too bad. As for education focus, I'm just gonna go straight for skullduggery. Yeah, I'll probably stick a little bit here in Schemer, then switch over to Scholar to start developing. As for our current cultural innovation, we're researching prerogative. That should be about 4 years. Not too bad. Anything else? I also do try and get into high medieval as quick as possible. But let's hold court real quick. Sitting on my throne, I gesture for my guards to open the doors of the hall. A stream of people file in, some lining up in front of my throne while others move out of the way so they can simply observe the proceedings. After several moments, all movements in the chamber has ceased. All faces turn towards mine I cannot speak. Expectantly. In front of me, I count 3 partitioners, lined up in an orderly row, waiting for me to call on them. Gesture for the first. In ancient times, an ancient figure approaches my throne, with a click and a tap of his cane accompanying each step. My lord, I'm a genealogist, and you are aware you are of noble origin. However, noble is not quite the same as divine or mythical. I desire to write a scroll which shall trace your complete lineage back down to history. For a mere few gold, I can reveal the truth to the world and to you. You are a true descendant of the legendary founders of this land. Armbjorn. I do not need a piece of paper to tell me that which I already know. Of course, the Skolga dynasty, my dynasty, will gain 250 renown. That might be enough. Let's see. 250 renown. Yeah, that's enough to push me over. Sweet. Don't need a piece of paper. Although 55 gold might be enough. I gain stress. I'm kind of tempted to see where this goes. I only gain grandeur. I'm already near the max of what it will just automatically increase, so... You know what? I don't need a piece of paper. Royal service. My vassal Grand Merifis approaches the throne with a young man in tow. My liege and king, he spouts. My acquaintance, Kjolbjorn of Hafjed, seeks the honor of serving in your retinue knights. Give him the opportunity to prove his quality. Let's see, Kjolbjorn? You're 21, you're a skilled tactician, a rough terrain expert, 22 martial and 15 prowess. Yeah, you'll serve. The man knows his way around an axe and will not let you down when it counts. Very well, you may attend me, Kjolbjorn. Kjolbjorn will move to your court and become a knight. Removing him may upset Grandma Fjost, although you want him to be a part of my court. So yeah, you will become my knight. In fact, let's get you some good traits. Hildegard, you shall marry. Celebrating our culture. My vows. My Count Kugas, approaches me winking like he often does. My lord, I have a brilliant idea. How about we host a fair, or perhaps even a festival for the common folk to expose them to one of the different cultures in our beautiful kingdom? Kokus explains his idea further until he realizes that he's dangerously close to over-explaining it. It will cost money, but I'm sure it will help foster a more positive relationship between our peoples. 210. And you already hate me. I could hold things in, but I'm already very close to high stress. Yeah, at 16, that might be bad. Holding exhibiting impression rams show them how great we are. No, I'll make you fine. Host the festival. At last, the partitioners depart. Various courtiers follow them out of the room, having business to attend elsewhere. Others remain, talking amongst themselves about the recent proceedings. Soon, the ceremonial formality of the proceedings has dropped away entirely, with the hum and bustle of normal courtly life taking its place. My business here has concluded. We are in debt. Great. But my gamble did pay off. I really do want to get sea wolves so bad. I love going down this one. But I'm sticking to my guts, and I'm getting convergent blood. So the next one that I'll be able to get will cost me 1,750 renown, which gets 0.3 a month due to 18 living dynasty members, myself, 2 kings, 2 dukes by marriage, and 5% coming from me as well. But I have a plan to get a 3rd king. Ooh. Oh, just... okay, not bad. To get a 3rd king, and hopefully, once again, a 5th king. Oh, 4th king. Although that might not pan out. Can I declare war on? That's a big Croatia. That is a very big Croatia. What's going on? More of it are going strong. Okay, I'll be back. Oh. You still might be uniting the Spanish thrones. Nice. Good job, Fernando. Actually, historically, it was Castile that won the Three Brothers War between Leon and Galicia. Castile would go off to form Spain historically. So it's very interesting to see. How's Duke Nino? He might still be able to break away and form Portugal. Anyway, I'll be back. Alright. I did arrange a marriage with her. Excellent. I accidentally clicked something on my cooling software. So, alright, before I go again, I'm going to end the entrenched regency. Yeah. Because it's almost at scale 2. So, I'm going to end the regency. Dismiss with a wave of a hand. It is time for me to properly take control. And now, I shall return. Oh, I'm above domain women. Well, luckily I got a good wife who will help me. And hopefully, we'll get some pretty good children. Now, I'll be back when I'm ready to do a war. Or an interesting event happens. Who knows? Or you know what? I just get wedding celebration and get out of there immediately. Let's go to war. That is the most luckiest draw I have gotten. Let's see. You're 12k. You got pretty strong already. And you're the attacker in this war. Alright then, so all I'm gonna do is just raise my men at arms. And I'll also raise a local army. My Catholic family. This is new. I raise my hand to call for Bana from across the hall, yet my mother only returns an embarrassed glance before rushing off. My own family has been turned against me by the ostracized friend, fiend, Archbishop Thomas. He's taken up a habit of whispering lies in my relatives' ears whenever they go to him for spiritual guidance, claiming that I'm a wicked king and that God cursed our house. Dude, I know I'm albino, but you don't have to say such harsh things. But I too have a few things to say about you, Thomas. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, so 2k troops. If I need more, I can always just summon them. This should be a very quick and easy war. Guillermo. This shy, ambitious, fickle man. It was my caravan master, and master of the hunt, and master of the horse. You will be remembered, my friend. You are royal servants. I do need a master of the horse, because I need that 9 effectiveness. How? Oh, let's see. I'll grant you a pardon. And I'm going to grant my courtier, Clotilde, as master of the horse. Congratulations. And, you'll marry this man known as Sven. Nosewise. It's become a habit to walk nosewise daily, and I'm not sure which of us enjoy the fresh air and sun the most. Nosewise bounds ahead and looks back at me and barks, as if to say catch up. And we walk on. 10 years I gained walking dogs? Jeez. That's really good. Covered another secret, that's even better. You're pregnant. That's a daughter. Well, time to start the scheme. And there's already 3 people who are willing to join. Yeah, I'll bribe you. I'll also bribe you. I'll go into debt again. And you know what? I'll bribe you as well. Why not? See if there are any prisoners I can release. Can release both of you, so that's what I'll do. Oh, I can join Hunt. You know what? Sure, I'll join. How far is this hunt? Alright, give me a forest guide. And I guess I better hire a new caravan master. Sven, welcome to the team. Get me there safely. I can't join the hunt because I... Oh, what's this chord been about? Poor manners. As a loud belch echoes through the dining hall, all conversation abruptly ceases. My Archbishop Thomas pats his stomach and grins. Ah, better health than in, my dad always says. Various courtiers exchange incredulous glances before my sister, Edla, looks directly at me and exclaims, "My king, that was wholly inappropriate. Certainly you must agree. Thomas is a man of God. Let us treat him as such." I do need that opinion of him. Let's treat him as such. Against my better judgment, I actually need him. Murder en route. When the time comes, my agents will need a safe escape route out of King Bovislav's castle. Should anything go wrong, a detailed path of the local farmlands with all its hidden paths and caves would be an invaluable resource. To pay a hunter, I could abandon this idea. No, yeah, I'm abandon that idea because it's already going to succeed. Leviathan. It behooves a king to spend time at sea, with the salty air in his face and a fine vessel beneath his feet. Today sees my personal craft in a small escorting squadron out for drills, practice, and pleasure. The short voyage has been an exhilarating change of pace from life at court, and we spot it, a distant hewing of water, followed by a small island of wine dark flesh rolling out of the waves. The greatest beast of all depths. A whale. Get the harpoons. Sweet. And Gilbert has become a Gleam Knight. Now see if you can spend it once. Duke Sven, who soon announced and usher in. He kneels in the fruits, and I tell him that he says, and I tell him that I'm satisfied, that I can continue to rule the lands of my stead. I accept your gift of 50 ducats to get out of debt. Lost a little fight. That's fine. One battle is not enough to lose this war. Of course. Now I gotta wait. Oh. Of course. I'm going to get Prince Simiot on the throne. They must have equal inheritance. Well, at the very... or... what is... male preference? They must have male preference. Right, I need to sway you so that way I can switch to partition. Ugh. Are you kid? Word reaches from the forest of Palanga, where Kyoborn's appeared to have been cut down by Vishkut after a dodge duel, heroically protecting his fellows. You are surely released of your obligations to Grand Mare Fist now. Risk combat. I'm pretty sure my nephew would enjoy having you as a wife. Do well. And Thomas is no longer my bishop. You're actually pretty good. All right. Noise-wise will join me. Someone is trying to claim my throne? Not gonna happen. Wow, I've grown a magnificent beard. Truth is relative. And now I've gained more territory. Lovely. You know what? I think I'll grant it all to you. And I definitely need to rest up. So, that's good. Rest up a bit and then declare another war. First, I need to employ a new court physician. I'll appoint Archbishop Ka. I don't want that territory, though. Oh, he formed it on his own. Sweet. Rumors about Sophia. Those foul rumors about your sister, my sister, Princess Sophia, I have traced them to the source. My spy master, Count Iskold, pats a bundle of letters. The letters prove that Wilbrig has been trying to drag Sophia's name through the mud. She mocks Sophia's character, accusing her of shocking, sinful behavior. Do people seriously think that they can talk about my sister like this? Spread dark rumors about Sophia so that all hear us. Blanket of fear. Offer Wilbrig some coin to shut her mouth. Finally find ruffians to beat up, Wilbrig. Distance myself from Sophia. You know what? I'm going to spread rumors about my sister, so all will know to fear her. If you're wondering what I'm doing, let me give it to that guy. Got most honored of the court. Create a new accolade. And we'll search out a worthy successor. Meanwhile, the stalwart of the King's Knights is doing rather well. Alright. I don't know why. Okay then. Weird. Sorry, this, but I kinda need the money. And the Knights Templar has been established by the Danish? Surely this is the strangest timeline. Oh, I also need to revoke title from you because, yeah, I want all of my primary duchy. It's also got a level 2 trade port, which is good. Nosewise. I'm out riding. My dog Nosewise beside me, and suddenly he runs off into the plains. I read the news assures me he will come back, or if he doesn't. I am a patient fellow. I will wait. Eventually, Nosewise comes trotting back, pretending that nothing is wrong. He's clutching something in his mouth. As he gently passes it before me, I seize a couple of golden coins. Thank you, Nosewise. Thank you very much. You have me worried there? I'm not going to lie. Okay, you are sufficiently swayed. I'm going to start swaying you, and I can also... Oh, right. Down here. Right. Oh. A secret truth has reached the light of day. My sister, Queen Elfhild, has an extramarital affair with her lover, Oliver. How could she defy the sanctity of her marriage? My sister? How could you? Could Klaus not be one of us? Oh, that's bad for her. Yeah, I would be boring in anger. But these things are going well, so there is that. I'm not going to join in on a hunt at this moment. Good. Alright, since it's been a little bit, we have built up a little bit of a treasury, I'm going to do something incredibly stupid. Declare a 3-front war. I'm going... Yeah, it'll be best to use the lowest amount of priority. Don't have a cast a spell on me yet. Because I don't border you yet. I'm about to. You only have 600 troops. I only need my men at arms. And my wife is pregnant. Adeline is bearing my child. Wonderful. I'm already 3 years into my, well, my adulthood reign. Experimentation. I offer Frederick my sincere thanks as he stares angrily at me through a haze of alchemy. It was not easy to find someone to volunteer to test my collection of substances. For him, it has been an evening of pain, burning sensations, and the occasional unconsciousness. This must be some insight. He is my courtier, though. He only has one child, who's not married. Let me arrange that for this young, strapping Norwegian man. Although, matrilineally, of course. This is some insight, though. Oh, we are not done. This has been some insight. I'll just take the slight angry at me. Good. A marriage. Let me just go speed through this. Of course, the rising voices at the tank meet. Tank meets are a necessary chore for any decent king. If all the freemen in the area turning up to discuss local affairs, market, and jostle for this privilege or that. As to be expected with such large gatherings, they have a way of turning heated, and this thing is no exception. I struggle to follow the details through all the yelling, but it seems as though men from Verdemanland are protesting for their innocence in a spat of drunken arsons and Ovendale. They all tire themselves out eventually, or I could take a compromise. Sure, minus 25% levies for both, but a compromise is a compromise. War stories. One of the Queen of Hilda's of Pomerania's favorite things to do with me is to sit by the fire and exchange war stories on a beautiful Swedish night. In this night, we have been reminiscing from sun until moon until sun again. I begin by telling of the time I was victorious in High Chieftain Brothers' War, promoting of Hilda to clasp her hands and laugh. A fine tale, though truly I tell you, friend, there's no event more glorious in all history than when I commanded and won the Battle of Strzezik against Lubert. Ah, what glorious days. Nobody spins a yarn like a thunder. And you're... Hopefully soon I can actually get you as an alliance. But alas, we Stenkils are a rowdy bunch. My son, praise Saint Bridget. Adeline has given birth to a perfect little son. Who will you become, my child? And what shall I call you? A genius. You will indeed be named after my father. May you grow strong and wise, Eric. I stumbled upon my vassal, Count Avendar, crouching beside my dog Nosewise, vigorously scratching his nose. This dog of yours is quite the charmer, my lord. He is a good boy. And now I'm gonna get Court of Shadows. Kicked out some more heathens. Although I am tempted to do one more big war before I call this episode end. You would join. You would join. You're Orthodox? Oh, much of you are Orthodox over here. That's a problem. I'll better declare war on you so that way I can at least get a little bit of Estonian territory. Inspiration funded. Thank you for putting your trust in me, my lord. Heralder smiles and continues. Your confidence is not misplaced, for I've spent years practicing my techniques and woven some truly wonderful rugs and drapes. For you, though, I think a tapestry would be best. A well-woven one can really command the attention of a room and say something about its owner. The only question is, what should the tapestry show? Something showcasing the untamed beauty of nature. Something that illustrates the history of the Kingdom of Sweden. A representative of life is like in my realm. An illustrate of the history of the Kingdom of Sweden. And I will, of course, hold court. Edda, my sister who's a nun and a fornicator, a child. You're gonna get a Catholic name. You will be called Joachim. Although you are Orthodox, you are a worthy successor to my knights. Religious heads, tablets. Hey, months. Oh, where is this? Ah! We actually have some Jewish kingdoms down in Ethiopia. Nice. Hopefully they can survive both Abyssinia, Nubia, and Bamania. Good luck. And the Armorivids collapsed. That did not last long. We still have the Seljuks. I am surprised. Somewhat insulted that there hasn't been a crusade for Jerusalem, and yet there was a crusade for Pomerania. Not Jerusalem or Egypt, but Pomerania. Like, okay. I'm also gonna pin you because you're pretty decent. And you're dead. Great. Alright, let's finish this war. Keep trying to find secrets. I'm trying to get back into Poland. I'm out walking nosewise when suddenly I see my vassal Count Briag approach with a beautiful white dog. Before either of us can react, nosewise and the other dog took off. I'm sure they'll be fine. Excuse me. Just go in this war. And I'll give this to a person of my culture, and this to a person of my culture. And with that territory expansion, I'm going to call the episode here. And before I go, I promise you 2 historical facts, and I make do all my promises. So, I talked, back when I first talked about the Age of Liberty, I ended with the Engelbrecht Rebellion and the Kalmar Union. So, jumping back to that, for a period of 2 years, back in 1434 to 1436, there was a Swedish nobleman by the name Ingerbruksson, who rebelled against King Eric of Pomerania, the ruler of the Kalmar Union. And this rebellion would see the depositing of Eric and the start of the Kalmar Union's eventual dissolution. Something I didn't touch on when I first covered the Kalmar Union and why Sweden often rebelled against it was the why in the first place. For you see, Sweden relied greatly on trade with Pomerania, Holstein, and Mecklenburg area to trade. So, in other words, pretty much all North Germany. And they trade primarily for the exportation of iron. The reason Sweden were often disfavored with the Union was Denmark's constant warring against the Holstein and the Hessianic territories. So the Hanseatic League and Holstein, which would be pretty much this area of Germany here. And Engelbert's rebellion started due to, lo and behold, taxes and Eric's lack of negotiating tax regulation. In the summer of 1434, miners and peasants burned a castle near Brilong, thus spreading tension quickly across the country, and Engelbert became this army's leader. Negotiations did take place to try and end the rebellion before anything worse could happen. But in August of that same year, however, they failed. And in early 1435, Engelbert summoned the first Riksdag, a collection of representatives from across the 4 Swedish states, and he was officially named the captain of the Swedish realm. In April of 1436, a counter-rebellion actually took place in Stockholm in support of Eric. Though the rebel forces eventually wanted to replace Engelbert, the first rebels, Engelbert's rebellion, not this counter-rebellion against Engelbert, with a man by Karl Knutson. Because of Eric's influence, he remained where he was at. But in a twist of fate, or a stroke of luck, Engelbert was killed on May 4, 1436, due to an unrelated conflict to the rebellion by a Mons Bingutson. The rebellion ultimately succeeded, as Knutson would become King of Sweden in 1448, taking on the name of Charles VIII. However, Sweden would eventually regain wartime control of Sweden. I misspoke there. Denmark would eventually regain control for time of Sweden until the Lion of the North came along. And with that, I have been Type 1 Dragon, and you all have been awesome. And as always, stay safe out there. Oh, Khadua.